Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and we'll be doing a reading for you today. As you can see, I am in a new location, so I'm in the process of moving right now, and this is where I find myself. So the lighting isn't as, not that it was really too amazing before, but anyways, it's not that great. But you know, as always, you know, we do what we can. I did take a pretty long break from doing readings, just, you know, like the trials of life and kind of, you know, with the process of moving and everything, that has taken a lot of energy. So yeah, but today I woke up and it was just, today was the day. It's like, you know, get prepared, you're doing a reading, all right. So I have done your reading today with the Dreamscape Oracle, as well as the Ethereal Visions Tarot. We have the Two of Cups at the bottom of your deck, which, you know, talks about a wonderful harmonizing, it's coming across as harmony, very harmonizing relationship, if you will, or a connection that is harmonizing. And let me just see. I'm trying to decide if I just want to, I'm looking underneath it, but let's see. Let me just set it down and split it. So underneath the Two of Cups was the Fawn, which talks about a brand, something that is brand, like it's so fresh and brand new. So potentially we're talking about, ooh, 222, a very fresh and new connection that is on the scene. And then I'm seeing at the split, we have this here, the Knight of Pentacles. There is a kind of just a really chill vibe to this. It's very relaxed. The Knight of Pentacles is not a fast moving knight. So everything is done in a very deliberate way. Everything is very deliberate. So if we're talking about a fresh, new connection, and what's interesting is that I'm now starting to see that that connection is between the Fawn and then this Knight of Pentacles. So if this could be like a new pet, if you will, a very fresh, new connection. I almost want to say it's with like a pet, and kind of approaching it in a very, very deliberate, but almost like not wanting to make any sudden movements, because if you were to make a sudden movement, it would cause this Fawn to quickly run away. So there's a lot of very intentional and deliberate movement, slow, intentional, and deliberate movement towards this fresh, new connection that it's almost like it's harmonizing both of your energies. So you're both coming together in resonance. That's what it's speaking of. All right, I guess we'll just jump right into it. This reading seems to be, you know, without everything being so formal, it's kind of made it, you know, because usually with my readings, like I set, everything is very set up. I have the lighting, not really like I use like any, you know, it's very low tech. So I'm right next to a certain window at a certain day and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But this new approach without it's the new approach without the formality of it all is really kind of, I don't know, it's very relaxing in a sense. All right, so I don't know what that's about, but I felt like I needed to say it. We're starting your reading, Jinx. Honey, you're laying right on my arm. Okay, so we're starting your reading today off with the Judgment. The Judgment. It's nothing terrible. It's just, okay. So this is kind of, it was talking to me about something in the distance that has occurred. Now that can be in the distance, like physically away from you, or it can be talking about something that has happened a while ago. So an occurrence or some type of, I want to even call it almost like a tower moment, because it's coming up as like an earth, like an underwater earthquake, a tsunami, basically. So something in the distance occurred, an earthquake, if you will, where the foundation was shaking and rocking, right? So because of that thing that happened in the distance, be it in time or in actual space, its effect on you has caused all of the water. Do you see this is almost like an ocean. Like this was an ocean before. You see the wave in the background here? It's caused all the water to be pulled away from you. And in doing so, what that has done is it's kind of put you in a space where you're leaving it's coming up as leaving your skin, because I'm seeing all of these like skin husk that have been left behind. It's not that these are like dead or anything. It's just that they've left their bodies. It could even be speaking of like an out-of-body experience, or that you're shedding your skin of some kind because of a tower moment or something that has happened in the distance. You know, and it's kind of pointing me back to this in essence, because you remember how we were speaking of how this knight here approaches the fawn very delicately, deliberate, intentional, or the fawn runs away, right? So if you come in, it's interesting because we have that earthquake energy here too. So if this Knight of Pentacles was to come in with like that earthquake energy, it would cause the fawn to leave its skin, which is like it's frightened, it's scared, so it leaves. So for you, it's coming up as the thing that has happened in the distance has kind of almost, maybe in a sense, like it's caused like a fear trigger in you and has caused you to, in essence, leave your body behind. And if we're speaking of fear triggers, then perhaps maybe this is more along the lines of like a dissociation. So this first row here, there is that energy on the other side of it that's causing that wave. I'm trying not to hide my face, but I'm really wanting to get, at least you guys can see the cards. All right, so this Temperance energy is the energy outside of you that has caused this occurrence to happen. Now the energy is angelic and divine in nature. And, you know, because what I'm seeing is that it's almost like you are in this one cup. Just, you know, just to bring it back up, we have the 2 cups here, right? You are in this one cup. And what I'm seeing is that this energy here, this temperance energy, has poured the cup. And because of that, you know, this figure is larger than life. It's even present up here in the sky. So as they've poured that cup, all the water is pulled away from you. You're still in that cup. And it's actually what it's doing is it's causing you to leave your body and focus on this energy here. This energy up top being this temperance energy. So we can be talking about like the fact that the water has been pulled away from you is causing you to, in essence, reestablish a connection with the angelics, perhaps. Maybe this could be what that connection was talking about. A brand new connection that's coming in that's very harmonic. I'm thinking about like the angels singing. So a lot of angelic energy that's coming up from you, for you. I don't know. All right, so we have this water that is being pulled away from you, and the water, in essence, is what I'm feeling is symbolizing just love in general, like the love. So the water being pulled away from you, and it's causing you to focus on that energy that's up at the top. And I'm seeing you in this. Let me just show you how it's presented really quickly so you can get a sense of how it's being presented on my table here. All right, so we have, okay, Judgment, the Koi, the Lovers, and the Temperance at the end. So I want to say that the Temperance energy, this is almost like it's a divine orchestration, essentially. So a divine energy has either caused someone or in your life to pull their water away from you. And the water energy is what I want to just say, it's their love. A divine energy has promoted someone to pull their love away from you. And when their love is away from you, it's causing you to look up at this connection here, which is like this divine connection. And it's also telling me that, you know, I mean, this is a very beautiful energy. It's a fortunate, because you see the koi fish is a fortunate turn of events, and the Lovers, of course, you know, there's love. And I'm seeing this as here, you're staring, it's causing you to stare directly at this energy here, the Temperance energy. And because you're staring at it directly, you're making this connection here, that brand new connection that we were talking about. And it's almost like, okay, here we go. I want to say, it's kind of like when you are in the midst of something, you can't really see it until you're outside of it, because then once you're outside of it, then you realize what you were inside of. And now, granted, I feel like we usually use that, I don't know what they're called, like analogies or something. I don't know. We use that analogy for like bad things, if you will, like, oh, you're in a toxic situation. So in order to you know, you don't know that you're in a toxic situation until you're outside of it, and then you look back and you're like, oh shit, I was definitely in a toxic, and you know, that helps you like walk away or whatever, you know, that may, whatever that is. But in this instance, it's like so you were, the water was pulled away from you, right? And so it's almost like you were pulled out of love, and it's only when you're without the love that you realized how much in love you were. Because I'm seeing this direct connection here, you know, and the Lovers is coming right next to this, the angelic. Oh my God, look, there is an energy that is guiding this connection. There is an outside energy that is guiding this connection for sure, because look at how they're looking at this. It's almost as if they knew that if this was to be pulled into this other cup, that it would promote you to look directly at it. And that would help you establish the connection. That it's almost like that you were in love. You were in love and you didn't even know it until you were not in love. Wow. It doesn't feel very good, and only because you're feeling the absence of it. And I'm wanting to say that there's, this is, because the koi is here, it's actually like a fortunate turn of events, even though it might be being felt as like, I don't know, there's a lot of like daydreaming or kind of just like escaping into your dreams, because that's where this energy resides. That love, that in love energy is there in your dreams. And I say that because the next cards that are presented are the Eight of Cups and the Star energy. You know, and this here, this is the Hermit. And once again, directly looking at the moon energy, the full moon. Very interesting, because the full moon is what pulls water away. And earlier we were talking about a divine orchestration. So perhaps the event that happened in the distance was the full moon, was the reason as to why the water was pulled away from you. And if you were to go back and look, there would be a, this is what the koi is talking about. Koi can speak of, it's a wheel of fortune. My apologies, my phone storage was full. So I went back through the video just to see where I had left off, and we were talking about, actually I don't remember what we were talking. All I remember is that we were talking about this direct connection here, the looking up at the moon and the correlation. You'll see there's a divine correlation or divine orchestration at hand that has caused, I'm going to say, your lover to pull their water away, which would be their love away from you. And then in doing so, it's causing you to reflect. There we go. It's causing you to reflect on the moon energy, which could be your, which not could be, but it's talking about your hidden feelings, your hidden emotions, your hidden desires. It's that moment of shit, I didn't realize I was in love until I was actually in love. like because it was pulled away from you. And I'm seeing this as, this is when you have, this is before you've, so the Hermit is here in his skin, and he's gone up to look, right? He sees it, and there's that realization that comes over him. You know, because the Hermit here in the, you know, as we know, the Hermit is symbolic of Virgo, but he is walking towards the Nine of Cups, which would be his wish fulfillment. He's leaving behind, right, the Seven of Cups. So he's leaving behind the illusions, or in this instance, perhaps the denial, and then moving into his wish fulfillment, which would be into that moon energy, which is that realization. Dogs are scratching at the window because I forced them to go outside. Okay. All right, so it'll be just a second and I'll let him in. I'll finish up this reading. So with that being said, there's something here about you, like Virgo has left their bodies. They've gone up, they've reached this, almost like a epiphany moment. And when they come back, because we're speaking about a tsunami, so as the energy happens, the earthquake happens, it pulls all the water back. Now there's about to be a giant wave that is coming towards you, Virgo, and you are sitting here back in your body, looking up at the moon, which I want to say is it's like almost like it's coming up as like dreams, especially with the star energy next. So it's like, yeah, you're back in your body, but you're fantasizing or daydreaming this energy again. You're kind of like creating a space that you can like visit in a second, and you know, you can feel that energy, that in love energy again, but it's only accessible through your dreams. And the waking life, there's that distance there that is between, that is the distance and the connection. So we have the start. Wait a second. Okay, hang on a second. Wasn't the last full moon, I see you, wasn't the last full moon in Aquarius with the star energy? The Aquarius full moon had something to do with this. All right, so now we have this wave that is coming back. There's a wave that is coming back. This wave that is hitting you as you've gone back down into your body, the wave that is coming up is this wave of like healing energy. So it's almost as if you are at the sea floor, the seabed. You're like deep in your caves. And that water is coming back in and it's gonna flush. It's flushing. There's a lot of like flushing energy, like a like a cleansing, like through your body too. There's a flushing. And that flushing is causing a massive healing within you that is now putting you when you were first in this Eight of Cups energy, you're looking towards your desires, and that healing energy has now transformed you into the King of Cups. Hang on a second. Okay, so the Temperance energy was the one, you know, the angelic energy was the one who was pouring the water out, or at least when it did, it pulled the water away from you. And I'm wanting to say that not you, there's this element here, the fish element that's inside of this. And what I'm seeing here is now that fish, that fortune, that koi fish is now around your neck. Hopefully you can see that. So what that's telling me is that you've now, this process has, in essence, it's causing you to reach a level of mastery. You're mastering the flow. You're mastering the flow. You're riding it. You're mastering the flow. Okay, so then that means that what we're talking about is that in the next occurrence, when the water leaves, perhaps you're going with it. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm feeling like, only because what's being presented next here is we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, that connection again, but it's separated by, damn, I really can't, you guys really can't see shit. It's separated by that Five of Swords energy. Five of Swords energy talks about like mental conflicts. So this is what is separating you two. Hell, it could literally actually just be an argument. You know, some things are really simple. Like how we were talking earlier about the simplicity of this type of connection. Oh, well, it's actually all, there we go. The simplicity of approaching this connection. Like if you were to take this Five of Swords energy out, you know, we would be together. Bah, right? You can easily replace that Five of Swords energy. There's something here about this. See how they're both in the same position? There's that healing energy and then the Five of Swords energy. They have that same position. The same position. I'm sorry, I'm kind of starting to lose the connection, which is what's happening to you when the water is being pulled away. You're losing the connection. But there's something about that, there's another wave that's coming. It's coming back. And when that wave comes back, it's a lot stronger. You know, because as all the water's been pulled away, it's going to come back with like ferocity. And I feel as though when that comes back, there is a guidance here, you know, because we were just talking about how if you were to approach this, you would want to come, well, what were the words that we used? Intentional, deliberate, smooth, very chill. Almost as if you're approaching like wildlife. You want to keep your energy very like calm. You don't want to come rushing in with this giant wave. So there's that guidance there too, because what did we say before? There's something cyclical going on about this. We were talking before how if you were to approach this one, the fawn energy, which I feel as though the fawn energy is this Queen of Cups. If you were to approach the one, very quickly it would cause them to leave their skin, which is like the same thing, which is this. So it's almost as if we're talking about both of these people here, the King and the Queen of Cups, and we have the Lovers here with the angelic energy that's present up top, and each cup is going back and forth, right? It's like if the approach isn't appropriate, then it's going to happen over again. The water will recede, and that because it's a tempering. The temperance energy is making the love connection, the love waters, the love, what the fuck? The love potion, like that whole thing. It has to be tempered. So it's a little bit here, a little bit there. You have to master, which is what you're learning to do, mastering the flow of this connection and how it's going to, you know, the ebbs and flows of that connection. And then of course it's kind of like the same thing. There's if the approach isn't like this, it's gonna happen the same way all over again. It's almost like a new approach is needed. A new approach is needed. You can have, these are the, and you know, the thing about it is that like at the end of it all, you know, when the wave does come back, there is a lot of healing that's happening to it, but there's something along the lines of like, it can be like just this. It doesn't have to have this in it, does it? Well, what's trying to happen is that all of this energy is trying to be drained out so that this is these are the waters that you exist in. There's no water in this one, and there's water in here. You want to stay in the water. You want to stay in love. Okay. What the fuck? I don't know. It's getting a little shaky. I'm getting a little tired from this reading. I've done it like 10 times over. You know, it is what it is. But okay, so let me just try to like get this all back in order. So the water was pulled away by a divine orchestration so that you would be able to see how much in love you actually are, and to also learn how to master the correct approach that would harmonize the connection between you two and would keep the waters stable. Not in a wave like this. This is, I mean, you know, this is the pouring. This is the back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. it's teaching you the stability of this water here. Calming of the waters. The King of Cups masters the calming of the waters. And that is what's going to bring the water back in as well. The water comes back in. So it's almost like you, Virgo, are not, it's not that you are the one that caused the waters to recede, because I feel like that is an outside source. However, you are in essence I want to say that you have some type of like you can call those waters back in is what I'm trying to say. Like there is some type of not responsibility, but or like you can make the decision to call those waters back in. It's the approach. There's some type of approach that you can do in order to call those waters back in, so that you can be in this love energy, this in love energy. It's really beautiful. It feels really warm and nice and soft. All right, Virgo, I'm done. All right, I'll see you. Bye.